Have you ever asked yourself, what content do I need to produce? You've got a web designer or your marketing manager standing there and you've got a new website and they're asking you, we need content for the website. And you think to yourself, I have no idea where to start. Well, today I'm going to explain a concept called the buyer journey. And I'm going to show you how to use the buyer journey to help you figure out what content you need to produce. So let's talk about the buyer journey first. What is it? So the buyer journey is basically the path that a prospective customer goes through as they discover that they've got a problem, they research their needs, they compare the alternatives, and then they make a purchase. It's that ongoing process that starts with a problem and ends with a purchase. And the key point of the buyer journey is that at every stage along the journey, the customer or the prospect has questions and they need answers before they move to the next step. So the solution for you in figuring out what content to produce is to understand the buyer journey and to understand the questions that the buyer or the prospect has at each one of these stages. And then you simply create content to answer those questions. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to step you through the four stages, the four general stages of the buyer journey. The first one is awareness. It's when the prospect says, oh my God, I've got a problem and I need a solution. After that point, they go through a process of research and education where they get online and they start looking for solutions to their problems. And they start discovering all of the different suppliers out there, including you hopefully, and then putting you into their list of people to check out. After that research and education process is a period of comparison and evaluation. And what that is they line up all of the different suppliers, they look at the products, they look at the features and functionality, and they try to determine whether this one or this one is going to be the right solution for me. And once they've gone through that process, the final step of the buyer journey is to purchase. So at each one of these steps, they've got specific problems. Now what I'm going to do now is start at each step. I'm going to talk about the questions that they have, and we'll talk about how you can create content to answer those questions. So at the awareness stage, we're at a situation where they've just discovered this problem. So they go online and search for other people who've got the problem. Does anyone else have this? Is there a solution to this problem? I mean, they go everywhere. They're on forums, they're on social media, they're doing Google searches to find out if A, anyone else has got the problem, and B, if there's a solution. And the type of content that you can create to target this or answer this is typically blog content that talks about those problems, maybe social media updates. You could also do pricing blog posts, cost blog posts, and the best strategy that I've found is that if you put together a list of all of the questions that your customers typically ask you at the beginning of that funnel that you have where they talk to your salespeople, if you write a blog post to answer all of the questions that they ask, you'll typically end up with 6 months of blog content. So that's the first stage, the awareness stage. So second stage, research and education. They know about you, they also know about your competitors. The questions they're going to ask: does your solution solve my problem? Does your solution integrate with our existing software, processes, people? What's involved in training? What's the implementation process? Is it long? Is it short? Is it expensive? Do I need to commit resources? How much time? How much can I save by implementing your solution versus an alternative solution? And the other question is, how do I calculate all of this? So the content that you create here to help these people at this stage is things like ebooks that talk about how your solution solves their pain. Write blog posts on how your solution integrates with software X or process Y. Run webinars. Webinars are a great way to get prospects in front of you and asking questions that you can then help educate them and convert them to your side and considering your product versus a competitor's product. Now we move on to the comparison and validation stage. At this point, they are aware of you, they're aware of your customers, and what they want to do is figure out whether they should go with you or go with them. So the questions they ask: how is your product different from theirs? How is your product better? How do the features compare? How does the price compare? Are there any specific requirements that I need to take care of to buy your product versus a competitor's product? Are there any specific benefits that I can have or value that I'm going to receive by going with you versus a competitor? So the way you answer this is by creating content that includes case studies, customer testimonials, third-party comparisons. So this is a situation where you might get a third-party website to do a comparison of your product versus an alternative product. And there might be other things such as studies of post-implementation success. Those are great pieces of content because they demonstrate that someone else has taken your solution and managed to achieve a specific outcome. And then the final stage, once they've gone through that comparison and validation stage, is the purchase stage. And at the purchase stage, they pretty much know they're doing business with you, but the process can still fall over in the sense that typically when it's a large considered purchase, they want to know, how does the purchase process go? Do I pay you now? What's the post-purchase process for getting this product? Are you going to call me? Is someone going to see me? Do I need to provide you with information? All of that sort of information they need to know. If you create content that answers that, maybe a video that will demonstrate this is how, when you pay us, we're going to board you, bring you into the company and provide you with a service. Those sorts of content are perfect for just helping grease the rails and moving them past that final purchase process. So there you have it. That's a simple way that you can create content for your business or website by using your understanding of your buyer's journey. They have questions at each stage, figure out the questions, create content to answer the questions, publish and promote, and you're on your way. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and share if you like this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.